that, bottled and sachet purified water continues to be a commodity experiencing a hike in price each and every 2 quarters of the year. Somewhere in March this year, the National Association of Sachet and Bottled Water Producers announced the increase in sachet prices by 50% as operators cited the cost of production, which includes electricity. As we head for the holiday season, some checks at selected outlets in Accra show some increase on purified bottled water. To discuss, we're joined by the president of the National Association of Sachet and Bottled Water, Magnus Nunu. We're grateful, sir, that you could join us. Are we to expect any price adjustment on sachet and bottled water this festive season? Clarify for us.
Good afternoon to your viewers and listeners, and grateful to be given the opportunity to join this conversation. Yes, I think that unlike in previous times, it's already taking place. I mean, on an individual basis, we have not come out formally as the National Executive Committee to announce as we have done in previous times. But if you do a price survey on the market, it's being done on regional basis. Well, recently you heard about the Northern Regional Association pushing up the price of sachet, followed by the Western region. And this morning there has been discussions from other regions like the Central region to also follow suit. I mean, to push up the price of sachet water. On the bottle front, that's a very different ballgame. I mean, that's what the nationals. And so without the association, they go ahead to announce price changes. I mean, within this year, off my head, or from where I sit, price changes, I mean, individually, from some of the big guys, the price have shot up in bottled water specifically across. And that's what I have to say.
So help us with the price margins. How much exactly are we looking at regarding the increase in prices for the sachet water and the bottled water as well?
You know, sachet water used to be going for around 4 cedis or 2.5. Sorry, cost coming through. You realize that the price is now hovering beyond 4 cedis. For retail locations across the country. Some are putting 6 cedis, 5 cedis, etc. And if things continue to go the way it is going, we would expect that the prices will still go much higher than we are seeing currently.
But what is driving the price adjustment? What exactly is going on?
I was just reading something on the net this morning on the rate of inflation went up the first time beyond the 12 mark, I think last November, and that tells it all. Prices of things have gone up on the market. I mean, if you look at sachet water, for example, I mean, when you produce, you need to haul the product out there, and then your retail system is by trucks, and of course it depends on fuel largely. So as the fuel price, well, anytime the fuel price goes up, we expect the cost of production and other things also go up. And then more importantly, most of our packaging material, I mean, all the packaging material that we use are import based. Import based means that they relate to the foreign exchange. So as the cedi loses value against major currencies, especially the dollar, the prices naturally go up of these items, and that is what is driving this thing up. And then when it comes to the bottled water, it's of much concern to me, and it's worrying from where we sit. And meetings have been underway to really come out. Maybe very soon we'll hear from the association to voice out certain things. In this country, we don't differentiate between essential things, essential commodities, and then things that really must command price. Water is very, very essential. I mean, that's why the government is going all out to fight this galamsey, to preserve our water bodies. Why I mean, once you go out of water, I mean, the human life is threatened. And so it's so essential. It's an essential commodity for the human body. We fuel the human body. And therefore,
can we by any means attribute to an extent what is going on, to the review of the benchmark values, which is impacting some of the raw materials?
Well, I've mentioned some of them. The devaluing of the Ghana cedi against the dollar. That's the big one. I'm just coming to hit a very, very important point, which I think that will be of interest to the media and everybody to know. If you take bottled water, for example, we have this levy, deterring levy. I don't know why anybody would really put a deterring price on an essential commodity like water. There is a fixed levy of 23.5%. So what does it mean? It means that if you sold, a producer, if you sold 1 million Ghana cedis worth of water, there's a fixed comprising 17.5% excise tax and 6% fixed levy that is on bottled water. I don't know for what reason. What is the reasoning behind it? What is the rationale behind it? But this is water, which is very, very essential. Compare that to beer. So if you are producing beer and your local stuff in the beer you are producing is beyond 50%, according to the Act, you pay 10%. But water, which is very, very essential. Me and you, as we drink, we are paying 75% excise tax. I don't know what is excisable about bottled water. Water is so essential, and that is one of the things. So can you imagine government coming to say water is so essential? Let me take off the taxes on it. That means that the price of water will be 23% lesser than what is being sold on the market, and that is what must be addressed. Most of the taxes, most of the prices that are driven by policies that do not favor the production or the consumption of a particular commodity just because it is consumed en masse, because you can generate a lot of income from that sector. If you have to generate income from water, which is very, very essential, it's unthinkable. It is unthinkable. I don't know the rationale behind it, but water is so essential. But for sachet water, but for bottled water, can you imagine where Ghana will be now when all our water bodies are polluted with this galamsey thing? So why would the government, so caring, or the authorities that be, who place a tax? I'm so shocked from where I sit to question one of the authorities that be, that, listen, why would you put so much tax on water? I say, well, of course, we want money, and of course, if everybody consumes water, so we have to put a tax there. This is unthinkable. So for me, whatever is happening, if it can be looked at, first will come out. Why do we have to pay excise tax on bottled water, 70%, and then beer, alcoholic beverage, we pay 10%? Somebody must explain to me. I need explanation. I need the religious bodies must ask questions. We all must ask questions. And very soon we are going to come out on this. If the authorities that be are there and they are listening, check the act and see why. You said that, okay, that beer, if it contains local raw materials, then it's 10%. Listen, the water we produce, we don't import anything. The water is, everything we produce is locally generated. And so the taxes on water must go down. It must go down. It must be removed. That excise tax is a deterrent. It's incentive for those of us who are producing bottled water. And the earlier we looked at it, the better. Otherwise, we're meeting behind the scenes to come out, and it's becoming unbearable. The Ghanaians are being kicked out of business because of some of these unbearable taxes.
And of course, we shall be following up on this shortly to give our listeners, updates regarding National Association of Sachet and Bottled Water. Magnus, we're grateful that you could join us on the marketplace.
Thank you.
Great.